Strings of Love. The pitter-patter of little feet in the hall normally woke her up each morning. It was Sia's instinctive wake-up call as she would wind up her lustrous hair in a messy bun and almost run to the kitchen. Her husband Raghav would on most days still be snoring in bed. More than the tea addiction, Sia was getting addicted to the regular chuckles and cackles of her maid Priya's 2-year-old daughter. Every morning at 6 o'clock sharp, the doorbell would ring, as would the voice of little Geeta come tweeting in the air. Rushing to open the door, Sia would often forget her cramped back, an offshoot of her hectic work schedule the previous night. Little Geeta was already running in the hallway, escaping Sia's embrace. Sia bent forward and flung her arms open at Geeta, who immediately tucked away in a corner so as not to be seen. However, her giggles ran throughout the house and brought a lovely flavor to the morning cuppa for Sia. Geeta's mother Priya watched the regular scene fondly, appreciating the way her daughter was doted on by Bhabhi. Priya had been working as a domestic help ever since Sia and Raghav had shifted to their new apartment 5 years ago. It had been a norm every weekend for Raghav to watch his pretty wife sitting by a heap of toys and books on the floor, trying ardently to teach a thing or two to little Geeta. Geeta would be seated on Sia's cozy lap while the two would be chanting rhymes amidst cheerful giggles and claps. Somewhere deep within, Raghav felt Sia was rejuvenating by Geeta's constant presence in their life, so he never interrupted their play. It was early in the month of November that year, and Diwali was just round the corner. Sia was getting her home done up with decorations and flowers by Priya, as Geeta sat on the couch watching merrily. Sia had promised to buy Geeta a new frock and a pair of shoes. However, with office work mounting, it seemed difficult for Sia to keep her commitment. So, that weekend Sia handed a lump sum amount to Priya to buy themselves new clothes. Priya was ecstatic and thanked Bhabhi profusely. She and her daughter would go to Sarojini market to buy their stuff. Geeta's father, who worked as a clerk in an office at Meerut, was expected to be back home for Diwali. Together, they would enjoy the festival of lights. A year has passed since that fateful day, and little Geeta is still recovering from the shock of watching her mother turn to ashes caused by the massive bomb blast in Sarojini Nagar. Geeta speaks with a stammer as Sia pats her on the back and consoles her constantly. Sia and Raghav have adopted Geeta from her father, who has by now remarried and settled in another town after abandoning his child to some distant relative. The tragic incident had left Geeta speechless, but Sia's motherly affection has revived her childhood with happiness and fulfillment. Sia's love acts as a balm to wipe away the scars on her impressionable mind. Sia is now in her 7th month of pregnancy, and Geeta has already named her little sibling.